Hey there, my math super geniuses. This is Course 2, Lesson 69 on the proper form of scientific notation. Yeah, there's a proper way. Let me show you what I mean. All right, Lesson 69. Zoom in, there we go. Proper form. All right, when we write a number in scientific notation, we usually put the decimal point just to the right of the first digit that is not a 0. So, oh my goodness, is this proper? Everyone gasp in horror. No, that is improper. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make this number a proper number in scientific notation. So 4,600 would really be 4.6 times 10 to the what? Well, be 1, 2, 3. So times 10 to the third. Now we can add our 10 to the fifth here. And when I'm multiplying, I'm just going to add my exponents. So the proper form of that equation is actually 4.6 times 10 to the 8th. It's not difficult, but we're going to break it down into steps. All right, so look at this next one. 25 times 10 to the negative fifth. What? Is that proper? No, it is not. We don't want a two-digit number. So 25 is actually, come on, little pen, work. 2.5 times 10 to the what? I just want it to move over 1. It'd be 25, right? So times 10 to the 1. Come on, pen. Now I'm going to write times 10 to the negative fifth from my original equation. Now when I add these together, remember what we do? We just add absolute values. So it's 5 minus 1, right? Because that's the biggest number. So it's going to be 2.5 times 10 to the negative 4. Okay? This would be the proper form for that. And now look, oh, they're trying to trick us by having a decimal place, but it's in the wrong spot. So we need it to go this way. So to write this in proper scientific notation, we're going to put 2.5 times 10. Where do I need this decimal to go? I need it to go to the left. So it's going to be a positive or negative 1. A negative 1. And then think, oh yeah, we're still saying times 10 to the fourth. Now I'm going to take my larger number, subtract that smaller number since it's a negative, and I'm going to get 2.5 times 10 to the what? Well, what's 4 minus 1? 3. Does 4 have a positive or negative sign? Well, it doesn't have any sign. So it's positive, so it'd be 2 the third. Okay? Well, you're saying, I don't know. All right, by the way, secret word, lemonade, my favorite drink. All right, practice set. I'm going to do a couple of these with you, and then you are going to do the rest of them on your own. So, 0.16 times 10 to the 6th. Well, this is not proper. So first of all, I'm going to put just this section of the problem in proper order, right? So I have 1.6 times 10. Now, 1.6, where do I want that decimal to end up? I want it to end up back 1, right? So when we go backwards, we go negative. So that's to the negative first power, and then I'm going to add the rest of my equation, so times 10 to the 6th. So now, if I add these, I'm really going to take 6 minus 1, which is what? 5. So I have 1.6 times 10 to the 5th. Is that going to be a negative or positive? Well, it's going to be positive because positive is my largest number, so I'm just going to leave it blank. Or I'm not going to put a sign, I mean. Okay, so it's 1.6 times 10 to the 5th. Okay? Well, let's do another one. 24 times 10 to the negative 7. This part of my equation is not in proper form. So to put that in proper form, I'm going to remember that I do 2.4 times 10. Now, I want this decimal to go one place to the right. So it's going to be a positive 1. And then times 10 to the negative 7, which equals 2.4 times 10 to the what? Well, what's 7 minus 1? 6. And what sign does 7 have? Negative. So it's going to be the negative 6. Okay, so I'm just putting this equation in the correct form. That's really all I'm doing. You don't even have to solve it for me. We just are putting it in the correct form. All right, now this one, they're going to trick you. There's a 0. It's 30. Do I have to count that? Yes. We don't like that. That's 2 numbers, and we need there to be a decimal point. But really, not. We're just going to take that 0 off. But we're going to remember we need it. So really, 30 is 3 times 10 to the what? Well, I only want it to go one place, so 3 times 10 to the first. Correct? Then times 10 to the 5th. And now I'm just going to add those two together. And what am I going to get? Well, so easy. 1 plus 5 is what? 6. So I'm going to get 3 times 10 to the 6th. Okay? It's really easy. I don't know, maybe it's easier if you even think, without doing the separate step, think, okay, if I put a negative, I move the decimal for my people that weren't so smart. If I move my decimal one place already going that way, do I have to still go 7 more? No, I already did the 1. So if it helps you to think that way, you could also think of it that way. So you would still get the same number, right? Because I already did 1 step that they should have done. So I don't have to have 7. I only have to have 6. And look, ding, 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 that's exactly what this is. So you need to figure out which is it, how is it easier for you to think? Is it easier to think of it broken down to steps? Or is it easier for you to think, well, what did I already do for this number? I know, it's kind of weird. We'll talk about it. But what I want you to do for your assignment, I want you to try D, E, and F. Please, please have that done before class. All right, then you're going to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whew! Then you're going to skip over to 13, 15, 16, 17, 20, 22, 23, 26, and 29. And I will tell you that 3, 11, and 15 might be a little bit tricky. So if you're going to go ahead and work on some of these problems, which I would love, then don't get to number 3 and go, oh, I can't do it, I'm just going to stop. No, just put a question mark. Because it might be tricky for you. You might look at it and go, that's so easy. But if it is, then skip it and go to 4. I just don't want you to get stuck. So I'm warning you, there are speed bumps named 3, 11, and 15. Okay? All right, that's it for lesson 69. Remember, the secret word is what? Lemonade. Write that on your paper for extra points, and I will see you in class tomorrow. Bye-bye.